So I'm sitting in the cab on the way to the airport. Then I will fly to North Caucasus. Yeah, the journey to Donetsk is quite a long journey. Positive thing about flying on May 1st or moving on May 1st, there's not much traffic on the street. I'm not sure if there'll be any marches or anything. The main day is May 9th, but there could be some marches today. Still May 1st. It's a public holiday. I mean, it's actually, there's about 9 days now of public holidays. So yeah, so we head for flight, bus, sleepover, taxi, and I should be in Donetsk by tomorrow evening. Yeah, it's a long journey from Australia to Donetsk. The time in Moscow was productive, healing, fun, but now we are on the way to destination. So the airport is packed. It's always. I'm in the domestic airport. Yeah, I'll let you have a look around. Just a normal airport like most airports are. Flights to many destinations, and what we have to remember is that some of these domestic flights that people are going to take today are 8-9 hours. I think to Vladivostok it's 10 hours. So to Irkutsk 6 hours, to Novosibirsk 4 hours. Yeah. Domestic flights in Russia doesn't mean short flights. You can see quite a big flight schedule. I mean, this is one of 4 airports in Russia, and this is just one of 7 terminals in this airport. Okay, I can see my flight is already boarding, so we'll see you on the plane. Moscow after almost 2 weeks, longer than anticipated, but whatever had to be done had to be done. So first leg of the journey done in a few minutes. 3.5-hour flight. Usually it will take a couple of hours, but because of the situation, the plane has to take a longer route to keep out of range of Ukraine missiles. So
are turned to a flight mode or switched off. Your seatbelt is fastened. Your seat is in the upright position, and the tray table is stowed. Thank you.
Russia is huge. It's so big. I mean, I come from Australia. It's a really big country, but there's a few Australias in Russia, and especially when you travel by road, you see how huge it is. Just a vast expanse of fields. And this is the south of Russia, and the interesting thing is that a lot of the crops are sown in already, and some of them you can see that have already been sown in a few weeks ago. So it's nice to see already the wheat, the barley, some other crops. I could see also some canola, rapeseeds, things like this already in the ground and ready to go. So yeah, we're on the way to Rostov now. So I left Moscow this morning left my hotel room at Moscow at 8 a.m. and now it's close to 8 p.m. and I've arrived at Rostov. I'll spend the night here and tomorrow make my way to Donetsk. Some of you have asked me how the hotel rooms look. Well, they all look different, but sometimes I like to stay in these old Soviet hotels. That's a bit how it looks. I mean, look at the size of the clock, you know. So they're very just practical, functional. A desk, TV, which I never open, and a bed. So that's some retro pictures on the grey walls. But yeah, this is an example of an old Soviet era hotel. I think the only new thing here is it looks like the TV is quite new. I can't get over this clock. And yeah, and normal bathroom. A glorious sunny day in Rostov. I'm making these videos because I want you to see what's behind all this work, you know, like, yeah, when I film and I show you incomings in Donetsk, you see maybe the heart of the work, but there's a lot of things around it that you never see. And now you understand also maybe why I keep on hassling you guys to support, to subscribe and to donate to my operation, because I mean there's so much involved with it. So I finally made it to Rostov. I mean, you can see it's 1,000 kilometers south of Moscow. The weather is completely different. I mean, it feels like a sunny day here, like a summer day. And I'm just going to do a little bit of shopping, like a few things like that I forgot, like SD cards and stuff like this. And then Sergei, who is part of the team that of volunteers that support me in Donetsk, support me in the way, like drive me to places and help me whatever I need help. He's going to come and pick me up from here, and we'll drive together to Donetsk. Okay, I'm going to go and search now for SD cards. As you can see, it's a glorious, glorious, glorious sunny day. The first real warm day since I've come to Russia. So we finally entered the DPR, long journey. Sergei came all the way, Sergei, who you probably know from some of the videos we made in Donetsk, came all the way 4 hours drive from Donetsk to pick me up, and now about 5-6 hours drive back because some formalities on the way. But this is how the people of Donetsk are, you know, they are very supportive. I mean, all the work I've done in Donetsk is because the support of the local people. And yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing also what happened when you're in a war zone together with people. The bonds that you form together, they are bonds that will last for a lifetime. So yeah, we're entering the DPR, probably another hour and a half of drive. It almost feels like a homecoming for me. But anyway, when we arrive in Donetsk, I'll turn the camera around and everybody give a thumbs up to Sergei, because amazing. It's his day off, it's holiday now, and he basically spent all day. I mean, the roads are not that good. All the roads are being rebuilt and repaired. Sometimes you have to stand behind traffic for a long time. You know, it's not what you would call fun driving. But anyway, we're in. It's funny, it feels to me more safe to be in the DPR than anywhere else. It just feels, I don't know, people here, maybe because of the hardship and because of all the last 10 years that they've had to pass, they developed a character that they really support each other. You know, people in big cities like Moscow, they're really spoiled. It's a totally different atmosphere and a different lifestyle. Anyway, I'll film when we enter Donetsk. If we remember, we'll stop near the Welcome to Donetsk sign, and yeah, until then, we'll see you soon. So yeah, I left Donetsk already 3.5 months ago, on 15th of January. Since then, quite a big changes have happened in the front line. Like Avdiivka has been taken, and I understand a few other villages. Has there been any change in Donetsk? Do you feel any difference in Donetsk with the amount of shelling and stuff like this?
In this 3 months, Donetsk is really a different city because front line is some far from some district of Donetsk, and we feel it. And in so much district in Donetsk we have a building now, building of the road, of the house, and something like this. And in the center of Donetsk, it is a quiet place. Center of Donetsk is a really quiet place, and Kievsky district is quiet too. But Petrovsky district under shelling every day, little more quiet in Kuybышevsky district and Первая площадка and Yasinovata. It is something great, because in Yasinovata is a quiet. It was a front line so many years, but now there is a quiet place.
Why do you think Petrovsky is being shelled? Is Petrovsky somehow in line with different front line of Ukraine?
Because front line not changed, but not so much near Petrovsky district. Not front line not so far from Petrovsky district, like from Kievsky district.
And of course, HIMARS can still reach anywhere in Donetsk and stuff like this, but looks like maybe Ukraine is saving their HIMARS, or maybe they ran out of HIMARS. What do you think?
HIMARS, it is a little expensive rocket. And,
very expensive rocket.
Yeah. And Ukrainian shelling by HIMARS, not so much. Before this, we saw a grad sometime every day, sometime twice a day in the center of the city. HIMARS Ukrainian cannot use once a day.
Of course, yeah, too expensive.
Yeah.
So let's hope, everybody, that we'll have a quiet Easter. There's a few events happening, like Easter, 9th of May. Usually Ukraine does like to attack in these events because they know people gather together. So let's all pray that this peace will continue. And we see even the front line moving a little bit, how it creates peace. Imagine if the front line will move all the way and all the Donetsk People Republic territory will come back to Russia, then I think there will be a lot of peace in Donetsk.
Let's hope.
So finally arrived in Donetsk. No grand entry. We came through the back roads because there was a lot of roadworks on the main road. Quite a journey. I left Australia on the 6th of April, and today is the 2nd of May. So this journey took almost a month. They say that all good things in life take time and also take a lot of struggle. Yeah, I wanted to come here, I wanted to return here, and it didn't matter if it took so long. It took longer than what I anticipated. I didn't really want to be a month on the road, but that's the way it is. And you heard Sergei say before that Donetsk is much more peaceful and quieter than before. Let's see. I'll report to you in the next days. I was going to make a video by the river today, welcome video to Donetsk, but that's not going to happen. This journey took today much longer than anticipated. So we're back here, and Donetsk has become an integral part of my life. There's no question about it. It looks like many of the crew here did not even trust that I will return. But when I say I return, I return. And when I left, I said to everybody, I'll be back. I never gave a date of when I'll be back, but I said I'll be back. So I'm finally back. I really wanted to be here on Easter, so it's Orthodox Easter starting tomorrow. I hope all the worshippers and the churches and things are going to have a safe Easter. And the Easter's before Donetsk was shelled. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Sergei, this church was shelled in the last Easter. This particular. So yeah, we're just passing this church that was shelled in the last Easter. Sadly, the places of worship have been targets. Not only the churches, also the mosques in Donetsk have been targets. And usually these places are actually off limits in war. People have this respect, but somebody on the other side seems to feel that terrorizing the places of worship will bring the population down. So we're back in Donetsk. Like I said, big journey. I'm looking forward to meet everybody from before, especially characters that are very familiar to everybody, like Violetta, Alina, etc., etc. And yeah, the Sergei said that the place is more peaceful, life is more peaceful, there's rebuilding. I would like to cover all of that. I mean, I think it's much more interesting to cover life's regeneration than to cover war. And we'll see what happens, you know, day by day. I'll try and talk to you most days, bring you as much stuff as possible. Anyway, until next time, please like, subscribe, share this with the world, share this information. This is pure eyewitness reporting, very little opinionated. And please, if you can afford it, donate, because I really rely on you. There's a lot of expenses, and
as you can see, some people haven't
I'm 100%
the number plates yet. They're
independent,
still driving with DPR
free.
number plates.
Nobody controls me. Nobody controls what I say. Nobody tells me what to say. So I'm basically here for my audience, and the audience supports me. Anyway, keep well, everybody. Until next time, namaste.